Good to see everyone here. Let's begin with the first session of GaienBerr. I'll let our players introduce themselves, and then we'll begin with this session.
I'll start. Hi, my name is Jamin Nakakumara. I'm currently in San Diego, but normally in Brooklyn, and I'm playing a character named Herbert Dank-O'uid, spelled DANK-OUI''D. We'll get more into that later.
Cool. My name's Sarah. I'm in Chicago, and I am playing a gnome artificer named Zinc Gadinka.
Hi, I'm Seth Christenfeld. I'm a lyricist, librettist, dramaturg, yeller at inanimate objects, stuff like that. I am in the lawless wilds of Westchester County, and I am playing Colker Dirtwood, a halfling druid.
What's up? I am Keith Varney. I'm a writer in New Jersey now, and I'm playing Bart the Basher.
All right, let's begin with Colker Dirtwood. So, Colker, you've been walking for a long time from the city of GaienBerr, and as you're coming in, you're coming into the town of Onbeto. This begins GaienBerr about 800 years after the Great Awakening. There was a huge catastrophe in the past, and for thousands of years, the earth was uninhabitable. The dwarves lived in caves, the elves lived on the moon, and Proserpina, and the halflings lived inside of a biodome called GaienBerr. Once it was safe to venture out, the dwarves left Gaien and they settled in the cliffs along the coast of Totoshka. Along the way, they encountered the biodome of GaienBerr, populated by halflings, and they took control of that. Then they reached the coast and began trading with the Tritons, who ruled the seas and provided fish. From GaienBerr, the dwarves secured fresh fruits, vegetables, milk, and wine from these Tritons. Meanwhile, the elves had come down from the moon around the same time, and they had found a portal, a teleportation portal, that connected them to the city of Berr on the other side of the continent. They built a village, they also met the Tritons, and they met the gnomes. The gnomes had survived by building mechanical contraptions when the earth was full of fire and snow and uninhabitable. They also discovered monsters and deformed humanoids like orcs and goblins. The elves had discovered magic on Proserpina and shared it with all the other humanoid species they met. Around 40 years ago, the elven queen Unisaur took the throne, and she realized that there was this powerful mine in Onbeto. The dwarves controlled the mithril region, and as she tried to get this mithril, the dwarves started to charge exorbitant sums. Well, it led to a battle in Onbeto and a 40-year war that eventually became control for the entire continent. The war went on, deaths on huge sides, until the elves kidnapped Prince Galen of the dwarves. And while he was imprisoned, he and Queen Unisaur fell in love, and there was a great marriage. When the prince allied with the elves, the Tritons got involved, changed sides, and it was doomed for the dwarves. The war ended about 3 years ago, and that brings us now to the town of Onbeto. As Colker the halfling crests the road, you see the outline of two hills facing each other across a valley. This is the first unmistakable sign that you've come to Onbeto. But the desolate countryside you've seen for the last 24 kilometers pretty much gave that away already. You've seen burnt trees, poisonous fogs, craters still sizzling with magical auras, and abandoned fortifications were proof enough that you were crossing this great battlefield. A war raged here for years, and the sickening remnants of death and disease still pervade the air. Soon, a small town comes into view. Wooden homes with thatched roofs have been built on the wasteland. There's a cemetery cascading down from the mountain, and there's signs outside these homes. Some of them say, "Room to let," or "No beds, but check tomorrow." For a small town in the middle of a wasteland, the population exceeds its needs and its capacity, and you notice a whole tent village of would-be adventurers had set up on the side, hoping to score gold. When you get to town, you see it. A large hall, far more polished than the rough-spun domiciles dotting the road. Sunlight reflected from its polished sylvan wood. It's built right up against the hillside, at the top of which you can see the old elven fort staring down over the valley. Everyone from the tents are moving one way to this sort of large, glinting hall. You push in among the throng and you enter the adventurers' hall.
What would a town be without an adventurers' hall? Not a place for adventurers, that's for sure.
As you come into the hall, you see people crowded near the front, in the back, near the door where you are coming in. You can see sort of other people that are poorer. Maybe they don't have as much money. You notice a dwarf standing next to you, and you see a table across with an empty chair at it, and there's 2 people sitting at that table. Why don't you, Zinc and Bart, describe the people that he sees?
Most badass, muscle-bound elf you've ever seen. Like, not like an elf, like an actual like dude, you know? Got massive hammers. I have dual war hammers. That's pretty much all I care about. That's all I have. I a lot of beer in front of me.
Well, kind of just looking around, but I'm, a gnome, but tinkering with something. Can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm always sort of just playing with something shiny. Just always playing with something shiny, giving the evil eye a little bit. Just not really sure about these guys that I'm looking at, but always wondering who is on what side of the war, but just trying to do my best.
One of the servers sort of walks by and looks at you and says, "Halfling, take the seat. It's going to fill up fast." And sort of shuffles you over to the table with the elf and the gnome tinkerer.
Well, you mind if I sit here?
Buy me beer.
Buy him a beer. He'll let you sit if you buy him a beer. I'll let you sit, but you might have to buy him a beer.
I have to buy you a beer?
I'm not gonna buy you another beer. I bought you like 10 beers already.
How many has he had?
Too many.
I don't do well with numbers, but I do well with beer.
Well, is it more than the number of hammers you have?
I only have this many hammers, but I've had at least this many beers.
I call over the bartender, adventure tender guy and see if we can get a plate of meat and another beer for our new friend.
He comes over and he says, we got 3 type of ales. We got reds, that's 4 copper pieces. We got the Proserpina ale, and we got Sod Suds. Pros is 2 silver pieces, Sod Suds is 4 silver pieces. Of course, we got wine too. We got Shell Bells wine, and we got Lion's Red. What would you like?
Yes.
What's this poison?
All of the above. I take out 2 gold pieces and put it on the table. Make it come.
She says, 2 gold pieces. You want wine or ale?
Yes.
He says, I'll tell you what, 2 gold pieces will get you a bottle of Lion's Red. You'll love it.
Need some bacon too. I need some bacon. Bring some bacon.
As he's walking back, he sort of nods and points at you. I should point out, the sun is just breaking through the clouds. I think that Colker probably walked all night. It's around like 8:30, 9 a.m.
Your point.
No point. I just want you to know the time of day that this is happening in.
You'll have to forgive me. I'm a little tired drinking at this point.
Where are you coming from?
Been walking all night, couple days from Ainband. The place where all the, as you probably could tell from the fact that I am, a halfling. Sure.
Do you fight much? We could fight if you want.
I prefer to dance. But I can both lead and follow. So, whatever you'd prefer.
Okay.
The bartender comes back, puts down a bottle of Lion's Red. Takes it, puts glasses for everyone, and throws down a bit of bacon. Says the 2 gold pieces covers the wine. I'll need another silver piece for the bacon.
I gave money already.
He looks.
You're the one who wanted the bacon.
He looks at Zinc Gadinka and goes, "Gnome."
Listen. Let's do a trade. What would you trade for this bacon?
No, this is a business establishment. We're not going around doing bartering. Listen, you want me to take the bacon back? Do you need the bacon? Someone else here will take the bacon.
I got it. I'll hand over a silver piece.
Okay.
My friend's got it. My new friend's got it. Thanks, new friend.
You're welcome.
I take a piece of bacon and I put it in a little pouch.
You have a bacon pouch too?
Now I do. It was just a pouch. Now it's a bacon pouch.
Any pouch is a bacon pouch if you put bacon.
Guy knows.
While this is going on, a dwarf comes in and hears you and sort of moves up next to the table. He's sort of trying to peer over the shoulder of Zinc Gadinka. Jamin, do you want to tell us what this dwarf looks like?
Sure. So Herbert is short. He's a dwarf. He's got long auburn hair. He's dressed very, very simply, very humbly. Nothing too flashy. Just the bare necessities. He's got a long braid of his beard hair, and in that braid there are actually little rolled joints, kind of like laddering down it. For use. It's where he likes to keep them. But other than that, he doesn't seem to have very much on him except for a pretty rusty boomerang that looks like it's seen better days.
Would you like some bacon, friend?
That would be great. I can't offer you much in return for it, but if you have any extra to share, that would be wonderful.
Here, have a piece of bacon.
When does the punching start?
Not till later. It's okay. Just relax. Just drink your beer.
It's a lot of talking.
You'll have to excuse this guy.
How many has he had?
He's harmless, except if he wants to punch you, then he's not harmless. But it's okay.
Do you want one of these? And I pull out one of the joints.
It doesn't look that tasty, but I'll eat one. He eats one.
You don't eat it.
Not exactly how that... Well, we'll see.
It's inside me now. It's too late.
You just ate one of them? Okay, I'm gonna need you to roll.
I want to be polite.
Yeah, I understand. That's smart. I just need Bart the Basher. I'm just gonna need you to roll a Constitution on that for a second.
Hold on. 14.
14? Okay, good to know. All right, this may come back later. So, while this
always comes out eventually.
While this is going on, you guys are all looking up at this quest sign hanging in the middle. You know, you've heard about this sort of quest board. It's currently nothing is displayed. You've arrived in time, but you can see on the other side of the room these sort of 7 booths that look like little cubicles with little windows at them. And a bunch of gnomes start to come in. Nearly 4 dozen humanoids now have filled this room. The wealthiest, people with money to spend, are at tables, and the poor are now crowded against the back door entering in. You notice there are elves, dwarves, tritons, halflings, gnomes, all sitting around eating breakfast and glancing at the sign. The tables closest to it have adventurers in sparkling armor and battle mages in glowing cloaks. You see axes, swords, crossbows, bows, maces, and every other weapon you've read about is on display. In the hall, of course, many of those back by the front don't have this. They only have sticks or worn shovels to fight with, and a look of desperation on gaunt faces with threadbare clothing. A hush sort of comes over the room as an elven woman walks out and starts to approach the stage. And now we're going to introduce our surprise PC for this. So this elven woman approaches the stage. She is wearing a full plate armor. She has dark hair, and she has a insignia, the elven insignia, which is a triangle with a moon, a circle in the middle. Thalia, do you want to tell us anything else about what you look like?
She's no real frills to her. She's just sort of elegant and in charge.
As she comes up, everyone sort of quiets down and looks at her, waiting for her to speak.
I'd like to dance with her.
Good morning, adventurers. As you know, we are but 2 days from the 3rd anniversary of Queen Unisaur and Prince Galen's marriage. We will mark the occasion with a special Red Rune Quest.
People gasp all around you.
Gasp.
But only those who have gathered 3 tokens by completing 3 quests before sunrise tomorrow will be eligible to participate in the Red Rune Quests. If this is your first time in Onbeto, welcome. Queen Unisaur has tasked us with cleaning the land that was poisoned, desecrated, and damned during the 40-year war that ravaged this area. Each day, we put up quests with rewards. They are first come, first serve, and can be claimed at any of the windows to my left.
She points towards that row of booths with the gnomes at them.
Mine.
Oh, I'm sorry. Would you like to say something?
She looks to the crowd, to the sort of screaming elf.
Me! I'll do it!
Lovely. I'm certain that the other people around you who are here to take on these tasks as well really wanted to know about your particular interest in these quests.
Oh,
Thank
good. I'm interested.
Do I know any of the gnomes that are standing by these tokens?
You might know one, or you might have seen one or two of them in the past, but you wouldn't be friendly with any of them.
Now then, rewards are also claimed when the quests are completed. All have a time limit. Some must be completed by sunset today, and others must be completed by tomorrow's sunrise. Now, it is time to begin the questing.
She claps her hands, and at her sign, this sort of quest appears up on the board. You can see all of these different quests that have come in, all of these different quests that are available. They fill it with this magical sort of swoosh on this sort of mithril board up there. Each one of them has a little bit of time frame on it, a little bit of gold, some sense of where the quest is going to be, and what it is.
There are your quests, adventurers. If you have any questions, I am here to answer them.
Those prices on there, are those what we will receive for success, or are those what we have to pay in to take it on?
Those will be your rewards.
Which one's the biggest one? I call it.
Well, if you use your eyes to take a look at the quests, you'll be able to see which ones are worth the most. So, go ahead and take a look, and then why don't you tell me what you think?
I think it's the quest.
I raise my hand and I say, I'm so sorry for him. He doesn't read very well. Perhaps we'll take care of him. And I look at the, I look at the thing and I say, Well, folks, what do you say? A little tryout quest? Something fun?
Yeah,
Sure.
I take out my boomerang, and I just toss it at the board and see which one it lands on. And that is what we'll start with.
The
Okay.
thing is, it's a boomerang. It's probably just gonna bounce right off.
Let's.
I'm not very good at boomerangs. I should say that first.
I like your style.
Any
your style,
practice
sir.
is good practice.
Let's do a couple of things on this then. If you're gonna throw that boomerang, first, why don't you roll a d20 and add 1 for your plus hit.
It's a 13. Oh, so 14. Although I guess it's noted on my damage thing. It does say -1, so I don't know if that has a factor in anything.
Yeah. So let's see for a second here. So if you're going to try to throw this across the hall, you are, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Yes. So you can't throw it that far. So you toss it in the air. It sort of spins over many of the sort of people there gathered. It gets about 20 feet from the stage where the Magister Thalia is and where the sign is, and then just sort of comes right back at you. And let's have you also do another dexterity check to see if you can catch it when it comes back at you.
I have -1 dexterity too.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, 18.
Okay, good. So you are able to catch it. So you only look partly foolish in that you just threw a boomerang over everyone and caught it back. Maybe a couple of the poor people behind you too are like, "Oh, I wish I had a boomerang." But many of the guards close to it and the people in the battle mage armor are looking crazily at you, and they've already gone to the booths. So there's already long lines sort of forming at
Your
these
axe
booths.
is broken.
Can I go over to the booths? I want to see the booths.
Yeah. So you're going to go over, look closely at the booths. So when you go closely to the booths, you have, there are 5 booths here. There's a gnome in each one of them. And each of the booths is about 15 feet long by 10 feet deep. And you can see a little door in the back with some sort of back hallway back there. While you're looking at that, I think the rest of you, especially Colker, has approached the board and is in the middle of the room looking at the board.
Get the most quest.
You would see that the biggest quest is the one you can make the most on. It says 5 salamander teeth in the fire-blown desert for 150 gold pieces.
That's a lot, right? Let's do that.
I have to think we're probably better off finding something a little closer to home.
I don't know where home is. That sounds boring.
A little closer to here.
I'm gonna turn to.
We've got to do 3 of these by tomorrow. Do we have to do 12 of them? 3 for each of us? Is it 3 tokens per person, per adventurer, or 3 tokens per band?
I would say, since you're up front, are you asking the table this, or are you asking Magister Thalia this, Colker?
I'm asking Magister Thalia.
It will be 3 tokens, I believe, per adventurer in order to participate in our Red Rune Quest. So, yes, you'll be needing to
Okay,
take
so
part.
apparently we have to do all of these adventures by tomorrow night. Some of them by tonight. All 12 of them.
All right, so I'm going to go and charge and rip the board off the wall and leave. This way we know all the quests.
Well, okay. Give me a strength check on it. Let's see.
11.
No. So you're just this seems to be a magically enhanced mithril board. As you go up to it, and some of the guards that surround Magister Thalia come to you and say, "Sir, get away from the board."
Give me the
Hardly.
quests.
pardon him. He's had a few. Doesn't.
You would do well to stay with your more cautious friends, I think, in this situation, sir.
What?
I get the sense. I've only just met him, but I get the sense he doesn't believe in caution. Or possibly understand the word.
I hear him say that, and I shout over my shoulder, "It's true. It's true. He doesn't believe in caution."
Does he even know how to spell caution?
No, he doesn't know how to spell caution.
Who's caution?
Oh no.
At any rate, I heard you I overheard you talking about the salamander quest, and I would just have you know that unless you are an adventurer of great renown, that is, by all accounts, a suicidal mission. So I would encourage you to listen to reason.
I aim to eventually be an adventurer of great renown.
All right. Yeah. That's
I'm not saying I want to take it on. I'm just saying. He's the one who wants to take it on.
That's something to strive towards. I would not recommend for you, my friend, the salamander quest.
Thank you. I still don't even know his name.
No. Am I standing near any of the gnomes still? Am I talking to
yeah,
anyone?
you can go. Or I would say what you're noticing over there is that quests are going away, and as it's going, it looks like already sort of half the quests have been taken by other parties.
Okay, I'm going to grab lights.
Mm-hmm.
Just have it in my pocket.
So you go to the gnome, and he says, "Yes, what would you... Oh, fellow gnome... Oh, a gnome adventurer. That's very unusual. Normally, we stand back here. We handle more the administrative or tinkering or engineering. It's very brave of you to be here."
Oh, well, I'm just... had quite a life and trying to find my way.
Did you say you wanted to take the quest to cleanse the temple of Corellian of the blights that are there?
Yeah, I think that's a good one to start with. Can I take more than one, or do I only choose one at a time?
You could take more than one if you're interested.
All right, let's take blights, and let's take skeletons.
Oh, into the dwarven mind. Yes, the temple of Corellian is just a little bit north of Onbeto. In the middle of the town, there's an island. You can get to it. And in the dwarven mine, we've heard about skeletons. No one who's been in there really has come back, but... it would be great to have it cleansed. I know that's what Magister Thalia wants, so I will knock both those aside for you.
Great. Can you tell me a little bit about what happened with these raiders at the Khorassads?
Oh, yes, the road to Khorassads, there are some raiders that have been stopping travelers and demanding ransoms and monies and tolls for them to travel to the elven city of Khorassads. And it's very bad because, we do a lot of import-export. Magister Thalia wants to build up Onbeto. So if we could get rid of those raiders, that would help us greatly.
Do you know if any of them came from the academy?
I don't know any of the where the raiders came from. I hear they are mostly elven, but there is also one dwarf with them.
All right.
Don't be afraid, Zinc. I'll hammer them.
That's all right. I've got this. I've got this. Thank you, sir. We'll take those and see what we can do with them.
Oh, excellent, excellent. And he says, you bring back proof that you have killed them or ended the threat, and for each one of those you will get a token. Now remember, if you have to be back by sunset to let us know about the blights and to let us know about the raiders. The skeletons you have until sunrise tomorrow.
Great, thank you. I'm going to go back over to the table and say, hello, everybody. I've got 2 little ones. One's due at sunset tonight. One's due at sunrise, so we have enough time. Just try it out. What do you say?
I say yes.
Sure.
Let's go.
the gnomes say, quests are done! And they close down several of these, several of their windows. And I would say Magister Thalia moves away. Walks back upstairs.
Good work, gnome friend.
What would Zinc Gadinka do?
I don't know, who's Zinc Gadinka?
I am Zinc Gadinka.
Oh, hi, I'm Colker.
Colker, nice to meet you.
Names.
You guys come out of Adventurers Hall, and you can see that Adventurers Hall is here, and if we zoom in, you can see a little bit more of the town. There's some area right in the middle of a lot of different houses. There's sort of a general goods store down here. You see what looks like sort of a healer down in the bottom, just a little bit south. And up north, you can see that there's a war cemetery. There's it looks like someone who sells horses, a training classes taught by a dwarf, and a sort of elven archery range and Fletcher called Bows and Bloods. If you keep walking over the bridge, you'll see a ruined church with the Reverence House, and then if you continue up, you'll go past the lumber mill, Puff Lion's winery, where your Puff's wine came from that tasted pretty bad. And then there's a little bridge going to that shrine of Corellian. If you were to go down and continue west, you would be heading towards Khorasad's. And if you were to go over towards the dwarven castle, where the fortress was, overlooking the range, you would see the mines going in. So, which way are you guys going to head?
Which is the one we have to do by sundown?
You have to do the Shrine to Corellian and the Raider Party by sundown. But it's still early. It's still like 10 a.m.
Let's quest.
Closer. Yeah, which one's closer?
The Shrine to Corellian is close. You can even see it from where you are.
All right.
Let's go
Let's
kill
say
it.
let's head over there. We might not have to kill it just yet, my friend, but let's just head over there.
I'm ready.
Sounds like a
Excellent.
plan.
All right, you guys walk out. As you go, you're gonna pass this sort of general goods store. As you go past the general goods store, you do see sort of some characters going in. You see sort of a weird Triton walking in there with it looks sort of like an anglerfish with a large sort of lantern over his head, going in to talk to that owner. You continue on. You see all these horses and carriages for sale, and outside you see an elven woman sort of glaring across the road at a dwarven man. The dwarven man on the other side of the road sort of says, "Yay, you going to fight? You need survival classes before you fight. If you need them, come here. Malachite's Dungeon Survival Classes. Best in the land."
I don't
How
know that we
much?
have the time.
Malachite says, you want to do some training. Would you like half day, a week, 5 day? What are you looking for?
We don't got
Not
time.
not right now. We after we have a little mini quest, and then we'll come back perhaps. But how much?
What can we get in the realm of like 45 minutes?
There you go.
No, it would take a day. It'd be 10 gold pieces, and I could train you in a day on great weapon master to be an armor master or a dungeon delver. And I could teach you proficiency at any two-handed weapon you need.
We will remember that.
Don't forget me. And as you're going by, from the Bows and Blood, you see sort of an elven man come out, and he says, you don't need a dwarf training you. What you need is to know archery. I can teach you archery. I'll train all of you, except for that large, muscular dwarf.
I'm gonna take my boomerang out and try to throw it at one of the target practice.
Okay, roll a d20.
Guys, why are we at school? Can we go kill something?
Do I add one to this?
Yeah, you had one.
Okay, 12.
Yeah, so 12, you don't reach it. It does go through the air and come back to you, though.
Still broken.
Yeah, and take that.
Good try. Good try.
Back in my
All right.
He sort of glares at you. He's got long hair, very thick eyebrows, a sort of long face, and sort of a permanent scowl on him as you walk past. And he seems to have all these sort of crossbows and longbows and everything.
Don't take it personally. We are really short on time right now.
You continue on past the Reverend. You see sort of this female dwarf walking out with sort of a grass around her head and wearing a sign of Moradin, the elven double axe, and walking to the destroyed church. You continue up past the lumber mill, past the winery, where you see a young gnome out there sort of tending the vineyards, and that brings you over to the bridge to the shrine to Corellian. When you get to the shrine to Corellian, first thing that's going to happen is that you see this sort of bridge there, and then you can see between the trees, there's several trees, and there's sort of a large shrine in between them all. What's the sort of plan here?
We're on the other side of this bridge.
Yep, you are all right here.
What are we bashing again? I forget.
This isn't skeletons. This is something else. This is the blights.
The blights,
Some sort of blight.
I'll
Some
turn
sort of
out
blight.
the lights.
I'm gonna walk over and take a look at one of these trees. This one closest to us.
Okay. As you approach the tree, you're just sort of walking straight up at it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. As you go over to it, the first thing that happens is from the tree, dropping down to attack you, that you didn't see coming, is a vine blight. Twig blight there. A twig blight comes by and it just reaches out with these claws to you. Let's see. It gets a 13 and your armor is 10, so that's going to go through. And it's going to do 3 damage to you. So now I need you all to roll initiative.
11.
Initiative.
Okay.
4.
5. Oh,
Hi.
not as bad as me.
Wait, you got 4, Herbert, and 5 went to Colker?
I got 5, and Zinc got 4, I think.
Zinc got 4?
That's true.
And what did
Zinc got 4.
what did Colker get?
5.
Okay, so we got 2 5s? Yeah? Is that right? Bart 11, Herbert 5, Colker 5, Zinc 4?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Okay, so let me roll on these guys and see what they get. Ooh. Okay, so around you, as soon as that happens, a whole bunch of others sort of appear around you. So what you're going to see now is where you were, this one sort of pops out here. You notice that there's one that sort of pops out over here, there's one that pops out over here, and there's one that pops out over here as well. So, and there's one that pops out over here. So now, here you are. You're the first one that's come in there, Herbert. The rest of you are still away. And the fight is on. So when we come into this, let me turn down this fighting music just a little bit. All right. So the first one that's going to get an attack on you is this needle blight. And let's see, our needle can move. Here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So he can't quite get to you. So he sort of comes up here trying to guard things. Now, next in this initiative is going to be Bart the Basher. What are you going to do, Bart?
I'm pulling out my 2 hammers, and if it's time for hammer time, I'm just going to go charge the closest one to me and kill it.
Okay. Let's see. What is the closest one to you?
Here, I'll go to the needly one here.
The one that just went up?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Let's see. So you're going to hit it with your hammers. Go ahead, Bart. Let's do. You take out your warhammer. Why don't you do a +4 attack? Tell me what you get.
Woo! Now here's a question. I have 2 weapon fighting. Does that mean I get to use 2 of them, or?
If they
Not
are,
yet.
let's see. If you're, do you only have 1 warhammer?
I added another one while you weren't looking.
What? You get 1 warhammer. Did you really add that? I think you can. Oh, you have another regular hammer. So you want to hit with? Oh, I see. You have 2 warhammers.
Hammer time, baby!
You get 1 attack. It's 2 weapon fighting. Let me see. You could use a bonus weapon with light melee weapons. You could do this, but the warhammer is not a light melee weapon.
All right, fine. I'll just kill it with 1 hammer.
You could use your warhammer in one hand, and you could in your other hand use like a crowbar if you wanted, or one of your other hammers.
Yes. Crowbar and hammer, sold.
All right, so let's go ahead and see what the warhammer. So you take your warhammer down. Give me a +4. Tell me what you get.
Ooh. I no joke. Just roll the 20.
All right, he's got an armor class of 12. That's going to go through.
Natural 20. No, natural 20.
Well, Bart the Basher just comes down with the warhammer. This needle blight, which it looks like a sort of humanoid. Standing maybe 5 feet tall, made completely of wood, and like little needles popping out of it. So you just take the warhammer, you hit it. Tell me how much damage you do.
All right, 1d8 + 2. Ooh, 10. I swear I should have a camera right above me.
And it's going to be doubled because it's a natural 20. So you hit this guy, and needles just explode all over. He's like, no! Doesn't speak the language, but he's destroyed. So yeah, so this guy is just completely gone.
Okay, now I hit him with the crowbar.
Yes. So then you just swipe the needles aside with the crowbar. Okay.
Bart the Basher!
So let's see what happens here. So we're gonna get rid of this guy. Now, yeah. Do you scream Bart the Basher as it happens?
Of course.
So this
when he screams that, I'm going to say, that's why I hang out with him.
Yeah.
This needle blight sort of moves through the tree. Let's see, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and he makes it up to Herbert. As he gets up to Herbert, he attacks as well. This guy uses his... actually, he goes for you with a ranged weapon attack. He sort of shoots his needles out at you. And that's going to be a 16. Which,
Is that me, Bart?
Yeah, Bart. Which is going to get through Bart's armor. And he's going to do 8 piercing damage on you.
Coming for you next.
Yeah, that's going to do 8 piercing damage on your armor. All right. So you get all these sort of needles sort of shoot into you, Bart. Because I think, am I right on this? You have your studded leather and your shield, but it doesn't stop. The needles sort of go through the leather and it gets at you.
Shields are boring. I have a crowbar.
Well, you don't. Yeah, you put down the shield for the crowbar. All right. So then, after that, we're gonna go to this Twig Blight, and this twig now is over here, and oh wait, where is our twig guy? Yeah, here it is. So, oh no, now yeah. So our twig gets another attack on you, Herbert. It's sort of coming at you hard and fast here. The twig reaches out its little claws and starts clawing you. It's going to get a 14. That is going to go through your 10 armor class, and it's going to do 3 more damage.
Chipping away
At you. Now this takes us to Colker. What you going to do, Colker?
Okay. I'm going to cross over the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
How far can I get across the bridge in one? Can I get all the way?
Yeah, you can move 30 feet.
Great.
You can do 30 feet and attack, or 60 feet and not attack.
Great. I'm going to cross the bridge, and then take a hammer to this dude. One right in front of me. Not a hammer, sorry. I have a hand axe. So
Hammer's my deal, bud.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
So you're gonna go across this little Twig Blight that's been bothering Herbert here.
Yes, the one to Herbert's left.
All right.
Or to our left, vis-a-vis one.
Oh, this little Needle Blight, or no, Twig Blight. Yeah. So as you go into this little Twig Blight, go ahead and tell me how you hit it.
I hit it with my hand axe.
And roll and tell me what your damage is on that, Colker.
Well, I rolled an 18 to hit.
And that's -1, so that's going to be a 17.
Right.
That's
it's a 19.
Oh, got it.
So
got it.
It's including the minus in there. Okay.
Math.
And then I do 3 slashing damage.
3 slashing damage. Okay. Great. That takes a pretty strong. You go into it. You hack off like a good sort of chunk of it. I would say its whole sort of shoulder and side and arm sort of falls on the ground. You did a real good amount of damage on it, but it is still standing. All right, Herbert, it's your turn.
Right. So, I have a herbalism kit. I'm going to reach in and get my pruner. Probably.
Okay, so you got your pruner.
Nature plus nature.
So tell me again what you're doing with this pruner.
I'm intimidating them with a threat to prune them.
You're not actually even pruning your
I do. I have a herbalism kit.
Okay, roll.
I googled what is in an herbalism kit, and it says pruners, like scissors.
Okay, so this is I just want to be clear. What you're doing here, this is an intimidation check, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So, go ahead, Herbert, and why don't you roll to intimidation, which is going to be +3.
All right. Moment. Right.
Intimidating.
Still just staring at them with my pruners. All right. +3. Let's go. 18.
Yeah, you intimidate them.
Back up.
You intimidate them. So yes, they are. When it comes around to another turn of them, they are going to be frightened. They sort of, one of them only has one arm, but it's like, oh no! And the other one, you can tell he's sort of collapsing his fingers and hoping not to get pruned.
Yeah, and I'm just like waving them in the air, so all of them can see what's coming.
All right. So now there's another Vine Blight who is going to move while that's happening. He was not intimidated, and this guy down here. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yes, this vine comes right up to you, Bart. He gets up to where you are, and
one to dust, but that's not intimidating.
Well. Yeah, no, they're more afraid of pruning shears. Apparently, that's a real danger with these vine blights. So he comes up and he's also going to try to attack you. So this guy, he comes up to you, and then these entangling plants reach out around it and try to constrict you. So that's a 6. That is not going to get through. So these sort of go up and try to constrict you, but as they wrap around you, you know, Bart, you just do one of your sort of muscle flexing things and just sort of rip the vines off of you before they can do any damage. Okay, Zinc, it's now up to you.
How far away am I from?
You are,
This-
let's see,
this
5,
group right
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can get to here in 30 feet. So you could get to here on your move. Well,
If
unless
I-
you actually, sorry, you have extreme moves. So you could get to here. You could get it right in the middle. You get to any of them, really.
How tall is? Can you see my cursor?
No, but if you hold it, I can see a little pool of green.
How tall is this? How tall is this guy?
Well, you're pointing to the halfling, but you mean the guy here in between them? So this is a little, so you have a twig, this guy is sort of spiky needles, and this guy is made of vines. The twig is the shortest, so the twig is only like 3 feet tall. This guy is more like 4 feet tall, and this guy's about 5 feet tall.
Right. I want to firebolt this guy, but I also don't want to kill Bart in the process. So yeah, let's see what happens.
All right.
Yeah.
So now an artificer, one fun thing about an artificer is that your magic, it's not like casting spells like other people do. You know, when you throw it, it's all going to be throwing, like tinkering. You would make something that you had and you would throw it out. So why don't you let us know what a firebolt is from Zinc Gadinka?
All right, so I think that little trinket I was playing with was maybe like a piece of coal that I been nervously playing with.
Yeah.
And so I have that in my pocket. So I'm gonna pull that out, and I'm gonna do this with it.
All right.
And then
Great.
Vine Man.
Great. So you throw this out, and why don't you roll a d20 and add 5? Let's see how your sort of aim is on this.
Uh, 11.
You throw it at this vine, but while it's in the air, the vine blight sort of makes this gesture, and these roots shoot up, and it hits the roots and doesn't get to the blight. It's sort of just destroyed in the air before it ever gets to it.
I wave.
It falls harmlessly into the water. All right, and now we have our last sort of vine blight. So that's this guy way down here. It now comes in. He moves here, and what he actually does is he sort of fills out this area. So he makes everything around him difficult terrain. he sort of just puts his vines all over so that it would be tough to move within the area. Spreading it all out, brushing up through the ground, circling around the trees, all of that. While that's going on, that takes us back to, that needle blight is gone, so that takes us to Bart the Basher.
Yes! Well, I don't have any pruners, but I'm gonna overwater you in a pot with insufficient drainage!
Cannot say I was expecting to hear that he knows so much about agriculture.
I'm good at things you don't expect! Alright, well, I'm gonna bash whoever stabbed me.
Alright, so you're gonna bash this vine. Oh no, he tried to entangle you. You're gonna bash this guy over here who shot through you.
Yeah,
so,
the guy got me.
Alright, so you're gonna sort of move around the tree to get to him?
Yeah.
Okay. So you... Yep, great. Oh, great, sorry. You're coming over to this little guy. This is the needle. This is the needle who hit you. Yeah, this is the
dick. All right, I'm going right where I am now. I'm taking him out.
All right, so you come around the tree. He's sort of inside of the tree, giving him partial cover. Is this where you want to go, or you want to sort of get around to where he doesn't have any cover?
If I can in time, yeah.
Yeah, you have enough room to get over there. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll and tell me what you get on your attack to hit this needle blight.
Partial cover this! Natural 1, baby!
Oh! Oh no!
I'm a man of extremes.
I think then as you're walking around the tree to get to it, you just sort of fall on the ground around all these, and you are now knocked prone. So you can't. You're not going to be able to move for a turn. You're just sort of terrified. Now, the advantage is now this needle blight and this twig blight would attack you, but they are so afraid of Herbert's pruning shears that they are still frightened, and they start sort of fleeing. This one sort of comes over here, and this one this moves away from him down here, trying to get on the other side of this. So they're just terrified, doing anything they can to get away from the dwarven monk with the pruning shears. Oh, how dangerous! Now, Colker, that's going to give us back to you.
Cool. I am going to follow that one over there and hack at him again with my axe.
All right, go ahead. Tell me how you do it.
Okay. 13 minus 1, so 12. Does that hit?
12 is on this little twig blight. That's where we are. This twig blight, 12. No, it's got 13. You don't quite get it. Even with its one arm and the rest of its body sort of hanging off.
Above the armor class with one-armed twig.
You still can't get this guy. You just sort of go down the side. I think you actually hit exactly where his arm went off. You try the same hit again, and you just sort of gray. Yeah.
I hit that arm already.
Should have gone for the other one. If only I thought.
I was making that mistake.
All right, pruning dwarf. What you gonna do with your shears now?
All right. I'm gonna look at them and I'm gonna say, "Who's in charge? Which one of you?" Well, I guess which one of you is the leader? Understand me?
I think one thing you would have noticed quickly is that they don't speak. Maybe some of them can understand you. What's your goal here?
I want to identify which one has the most power here.
Well, I would say with your perception, you'd probably have an idea that the one that spread himself out along the ground to make difficult terrain is probably the most powerful one.
So I'm gonna walk over to him. And do the same thing. Gonna try my intimidation check on this one too.
I think that's going to be 2 actions, but I'll say that you can walk over to him. So
Okay.
let's have you sort of move over there. Now, yeah, you understand, he has made all this around him, difficult terrain. So the guy is really sort of over here, but this sort of area all around sort of spreads to be difficult terrain. Okay. All right. So you move over there to this fellow, and then this Vine Blight has a move, and I need you to give me a strength saving throw, Herbert.
22.
Oh, so he tries to entangle you. Plants come up and they sort of go all around you, but you can't. You just rip them free as a reaction as they get
I'm gonna
around
look
you.
back to the other 2 that I intimidated and just make sure that they saw that.
Okay, Zinc.
Would I know, based on historical knowledge, the like the weak spots of these like twig vine people?
Roll an Arcana check.
Uh, 16.
Yeah. So you would know that the vine blights are immune to being blinded and being deafened. The same thing is true of the needle blights, and you would know that the little guy, the twig blight, is vulnerable to fire.
Are they scared of poison?
They would not. They're not immune to poison, but they're not vulnerable to it either.
Okay. All right. Well, let's try to get rid of this guy. With. Oh wait, no, he's a vine. I'm not going to use fire on him. I want to. Let's see. I'm going to pick up a little stone on the river's edge. And I am going to make it smell like it's on fire. And I'm going to throw it at the vine.
How are you going to do that? How are you going to make it smell like it's on fire?
Can I throw that far?
Well,
because I can imbue the magical tinkering, tiny non-magical object with magical property of your choice, emit odor or non-verbal sound.
Yeah.
Visual effect. So
yeah,
I'm
you've got
to,
it, and it's 60 feet, so that's within your range.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make this like little rock like smell like a red hot burning coal. So he's gonna think that he's about to get lit on fire.
And where are you trying to aim it?
I'm trying to throw it like right into the center of
him. Of this guy.
Oh, if I can reach the big guy, then great.
Yeah,
But if
because
I
each
can't,
one of
then
these
it's
is
not
5. So you've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Each one of the squares is 5 feet, and you've got a 60-foot range.
good. Okay, yeah, let's do that. See if we can just scare him a little bit. Okay,
so let's roll again. Let's try to roll a deception check, I think, on this, which you have a +1 at. But this is going to be a pretty high, because he's actually not feeling anything.
Yeah.
You want him to smell fire and think. I think it doesn't work on a 9. I think throwing this scented fire, it does smell like there's smoke everywhere, but it feels no injury.
Damn.
So, well, do they have noses? Can they smell? It's a good question.
I don't know. I mean, they're alive. He has a nose in the picture.
You're right.
That is true. That is definitive.
Is it a nose, or is it just saying that vaguely approximates?
No, that's canon. Yeah.
That's full on a nose.
Yeah. Yeah,
Alright.
so he has olfactory senses, we're saying. Well, still, though, you know, if you aren't burning, I think you know you're not burning. Okay, this vine now sees you and starts to come true. He's now moved across the bridge, coming towards you. Okay, that is going to take us back to Bart the Basher!
I'm gonna put you in full sunlight when you prefer indirect sunlight.
Fuck him up, fuck him up.
I push you back hard like I'm supposed to. You're barely alive. Got you in levels of moisture.
What do you want from us, blood?
I'm gonna bash. Which one was the one that got me again?
Well, there's only a few left. So there's only 3 left. There's 2 vine blights and there's this one twig.
All right,
You've
I'll
just
bash the biggest one.
the biggest
Hard to
one is
miss.
this vine, which has taken over the whole thing. Yeah. Okay. Great.
Right.
All right, Basher. Tell me how you're bashing here.
Oh, come on. Not a 20 or a 1. Ooh, 19.
All right, that gets through. So you're bringing your war hammer on it, and
Yeah.
what's the damage you do on that?
Oh, son of a poop. 3. But don't worry, the crowbar's gonna get it done.
All right, yep. So you get it, you hack it a little bit, and now roll the crowbar. I'll say with the crowbar you can also have a +4 on it. But,
Right, then a
yeah.
15.
15 gets through, and let's say it does 1d4 damage.
1d4. Alright.
Mm-hmm.
1. God, I'm ineffectual today.
I think you're so mad that you're just you're just sort of like slamming it into the ground.
Too many beers.
What?
Too many beers.
Also, you've been screaming a lot of planting advice to it, and I think that may have.
And I don't get an intimidation from that?
Yeah, that's a good question. All right,
Fear.
well, you're not trying to intimidate it, are you?
I'm trying to intimidate anything. That's always my
Oh, okay.
Intimidate or seduce, one of the two.
This little twig guy now, over here with Colker Dirtwood, is doing his best with his one arm. He's gotten over being frightened now, and besides, Herbert Dank-O'uid has gone away, and so he looks to try to claw you again. This is going to be a 9. I think that's not going to get through. Yeah, Colker, it does not get through. So he sort of reaches out with his little claws on his one hand, and he just goes ahead with his little claws on his one hand. Yeah, and he goes against your leather armor and doesn't get through. Okay. So, let's see. What you gonna do? Oh, can you hear me?
Bash.
No, it's Colker.
Oh, I'm sorry. I will once again hack this guy, hoping that this time I'll get the arm that that's still there.
With your hand axe? Okay, roll a d20. You take 1 away. Let's see what you did.
Okay. Woo, natural 20, so it comes to a 19.
That's great. You destroy it. He only has 1 hit point left, so no matter what you get, this little guy is going to be gone. He is completely gone.
Has he gone back to Dirtwood? Has the wood gone back to dirt?
Yes, he's fertilized the ground.
I'm gonna have to later. I was doing a lot of drinking.
All right, Herbert.
All right. Now's the time. I pull out my rusty boomerang. I'm gonna try to like throw it and slice through like some of the vines that have like this larger one has spread. Try to shrink it and lessen its power.
All right. Tell me what you get on that attack roll.
A a sweet 10.
Are you sure that the boomerang is your best weapon?
It's definitely not, but this is practice, you know? How am I going to get better at it?
Yeah, it doesn't hit it at all. I think on this one, you were so worried about getting it back that you threw it very high in the air like you wanted to take down a bird, and it went way up in the air. It did come nicely back to you, but it looked more like an athletic display than an attack. Okay, now the vine gets to say something. This vine now, it reaches out and tries to constrict you. It succeeds. It gets a 16, Herbert. Now you're going to take 9 bludgeoning damage, and you are now grappled. So, ooh, yeah, that hurt, Herbert. Herbert, you can't move now. For a turn because you're grappled by it, and it's pretty bad. You know, you're down to 4 hit points.
Save me something.
All right, Zinc.
Okay, let's Can I jump across the river?
Yep.
Sweet. Let's jump across the river to like right here.
Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can't get there, but you can get here if you want.
Yeah, that's good. Let's get there.
Great. And you can move there, and you can still do an attack.
Sweet. All right. Let's try another firebolt at the big one.
Okay.
So same thing. I'll take my little chunks of coal that I was playing with.
Mm-hmm.
And
All right. Roll and tell me what you get with your little doohickey. +5 on it.
Yeah, 21.
All right, that gets through. That does get through, and that is going to get this guy. Tell me how much damage you do.
9 fire damage.
9 fire damage. Okay. Herbert, why don't you roll a Constitution check? That's gonna, you have +3 on it.
Right.
Don't get killed by a twig.
16.
16. Okay, good. There was a danger you were going to get caught up in the flames engulfing this thing because he has sort of tangled you up. But luckily, you're sort of strong enough to see it coming, even though he's tangled. You sort of move out of the way, and the fire hits him without getting to you. For you, Herbert, and Colker, seeing this gnome jump 30 feet in the air is very unusual. This is a 4-foot-tall creature who just leapt 30 feet across a river. I just want to point out the surprising nature of what you just witnessed.
I am very surprised.
I just gasp.
All right, now the vine on the other side of the river is concerned and is moving its way back across. Actually, this vine blight I think is actually trying to leave. It is running away. It's realizing it's no goods to come here, and it starts going over there. It's not gone just yet, but it's heading. All right, Bart.
Yes! Smash! Here we go. Playing a big dum-dum is like you just do one thing. It's really fun. 14.
All right. 14 is gonna get through. That is good enough.
Yes! Ooh, 10, baby!
Oh yeah, and what do you do? What do you do with the crowbar?
I smash!
Not bash.
I gotta mix it up. 9.
Not you don't hit it with the crowbar, unfortunately.
I mean, frankly, if it's vines all over like 50 feet, I would have to work pretty hard not to hit it swinging a crowbar.
Okay. Now, you have seriously weakened this thing. I mean, when you hit it, you take a lot of the vines off. I'd say you sort of like death with the scythe. You just come off and you're killing all of it. The only vines still remaining of this thing are those trapped around Herbert Dank-O'uid.
I'm gonna over-prune you in the fall!
Herbert Dank-O'uid is still gathered, trapped by this guy with 4 hit points left, but it is now Colker Dirtwood has a turn. Colker Dirtwood gets a turn before the Vine Blight most likely kills Herbert Dank-O'uid.
Wait, what?
Well, you're entangled. You're not going to get a turn. Well, you'll have a turn to break free, but that's the only thing you can do.
Yes.
But you're not going to be able to attack. You're only going to be able to break free, and then it's going to be this Vine Blight's turn again. So.
All right. I'm moving over here.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to... Are Herbert's shears still readily available in his hands?
Yes, because he was intimidating him when he was trapped up. So you can grab the shears.
I'm going to take Herbert's shears and stab them into the Vine Blight. And I do all that in one.
All right, so Colker, you're going to come over. You're going to drop your hand axe.
I presume is my hand.
Oh, your one weapon. Yeah, it's one weapon. You're going to grab this in your other hand and hit. So you're going to try to do a little left-handed hit with these shears.
Right, and I have two. I think I have two-hand. Yeah, I have two-weapon fighting as an action.
Okay. Let's see. So why don't I'm going to call this? I'm going to call it a dagger. In terms of the damage it does. So why don't you roll? That's a +5 because you are proficient with the dagger. You are not proficient with the hand axe, which is strange that that's your weapon. So you're going to take this as a dagger, Colker. And
from the DM.
I come from a small town. I had to use what was available.
Yeah. What can you do? And so roll a d20. Give me a +5. That is a smart attack move you just did.
10 + 5, so 15.
All right, that's going to get through. Tell me how much damage you get with it, Colker. It's 1d4 + 3.
Six.
All right, this guy is destroyed. So you come down, you slice right through the remaining vines that are trapping up Herbert Dank-O'uid, and this guy goes completely away. Now,
I did the most bashing.
You have destroyed all but one, which is running away right now. Zinc, it would be your move. You can jump across to this one going away. What do you want to do?
Can I try firebolting him one more time?
From where you are?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you never have firebolted this guy. You can definitely try
Great,
firebolt.
then let's try firebolting him for the first time.
Okay, go ahead.
Alright, take my little coal, get it, and... Yeah, 20!
Oh boy! Alright, give me a 1d10 and double it.
12.
Okay, so up here, this guy's going away. You hit him, doing 12 points of damage. Let's see. Yep, you made him mad. He has decided not to run anymore, and he's sort of coming back at the fight. Which, you know, I'm not sure that's the wisest move on his part, but he's going to do it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right, Bart the Basher.
Charge! definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna.
You can't get to him. You can get to the other side of the bridge.
Yeah.
Is that what you're gonna do?
Duh. Yeah, hello.
All right, go ahead. No, you can't get there. You can only get to here. You can only get to this side.
What?
Yeah, you can't get all the way over.
That doesn't do anything. Do I have anything I can throw?
Yes, you do. So
Right, I throw the
you
thing that I have.
can you? Oh no, you can't throw. No, you can't. You can't throw that. You could. Nah, you can't throw the warhammer. It's not a ranged weapon. You have nothing you can throw.
Throw that. I can throw the crowbar.
You can throw the crowbar.
Yeah. There we go. Just rolled persuasion in real life. 15.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. It's a crowbar, but you do throw it. You do just sort of toss it at it. The vine sort of catches it, and now it has a crowbar.
You know, I'm gonna bash the bridge.
All right, Colker, it's up to you.
Okay, give me 1/2 second. Can I throw the makeshift dagger slash thing? The can I throw the shears?
Into the river.
My shears!
Can you throw the shears?
Do I have?
Yes,
any sort of-
you can. You can.
Okay, great. Then I'm going to move. I'm gonna move closer first,
Okay, good idea.
like say to here, and then I will hurl the shears point first at the light.
Great. So then you're only like 10, 15 feet away. And you don't go into disadvantage unless you're 20 feet away. So that is actually going to work for you. So go ahead, throw it, and give me an attack. Let's say, yeah, give me a 20 plus 5.
Ah, shit! Natural 1, so 6.
My shears!
That's not how natural ones work. Natural ones, they stay ones, no matter what you get.
So you have halfling luck, so can I re-roll?
You can. Halfling luck lets you re-roll on a natural one. That's correct.
Cool. And I got another natural 1.
Wait, really?
No.
Yes. So the shears just go into the river and are carried
My shears!
downstream. How are you going to take care of your plants now?
When we get back to town, we'll buy you some new shears.
I have so little possessions, and there goes one.
Double 1. That's amazing.
Herbert, it is your turn. I do want to point out you have the shot if you really want to jump into the river.
That's what I was going to do. I am going to run and jump into the river and find mine shears.
5, 10, 15, 20. Okay.
How I collect all my herbs.
Why don't you put yourself in the river? And
I'm going to go like more to this side, though.
yeah. Because why? Because that's where you think the current's coming from, or?
Yeah, that. And also I'm further away from still angry.
Let's roll a perception check on this and see if you can find them. So give yourself a +1 on this and let's see what happens.
Let's go.
Pour one out for the shears.
17.
Oh, okay, you find it, and now give me a strength check,
Okay.
which is +5 for you, so it should be fine.
You'd think, but I roll 3, so it's an 8.
Oh God! So you find the shears, but in finding them, you forget to swim against the current. So you are now pushed. You're floating, but you're pushed downstream. You're sort of going to be out for a little bit. Yeah, you're
I'll go for a ride on the lazy river while they finish.
yeah, you're off the map. We'll have to come back to you in a second. Okay, so now we come to Zinc. It is your turn.
What is this shrine in the middle?
That is a shrine to the elven god Corellian. Now, you would know Corellian was the first humanoid that, when the catastrophe happened on the planet Tatoshka, somehow got up to the moon and became the sort of progenitor of the entire elven race and is now regarded as a god.
I want to run over to the shrine.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Do I speak Elvish?
I think
Yeah,
you
I do.
Yeah, because you were in Coruscant, which is an elven city, so.
Yeah.
And gnomes, worked with the elves mostly.
I want to run over to the shrine and whisper to it in Elvish, "End this place of the blight."
End this place of the blight. As you run over to the shrine, you whisper this in Elvish. You don't know if gods are real. Certainly, some people believe, but I think in this world we haven't seen any presence of gods on land, on GaienBerr. There are no sort of gods roaming around in this canon of this world. But when you say it, the sunlight glints on something right next to it, and what you notice is it is a staff of flowers. You see this sort of staff of flowers appearing there. Staff of flowers. I'll have to give that to you. So the staff of flowers is this sort of large staff. It looks like a melee weapon, but while holding it, you can cause a flower to sprout from a patch or earth of soil within 5 feet of you. And if you choose a specific kind of flower, it will be that flower. But if you don't, a little daisy would come up and grow around it. You can also attack with it as you want to use it as a staff with 2 hands weapon. So you have earned a staff of flowers right there. Okay, now we come back to the vine. The vine is on the other side of the river. It now comes down to Bart, and it attempts to entangle you, Bart. So this vine is gonna roll a. Let's see. It's gonna be 15. And Bart's armor is 14. That gets you. It goes in, it constricts you, and does 9 damage to you. And Bart, you are now entangled. So, it's your turn, but the only thing you can do is try to break free. So do a strength check.
I'm gonna plant you in soil with a disadvantageous pH level! Right. Strength. Yeah, 20.
You break through. You break out, but that takes your turn. So you escape on it, and then we are back to Colker.
Now, I'm the only one doing the bashing. Everyone else is like clipping their toenails.
I've been slashing and stabbing.
Intimidating. I'm over here.
You've been throwing your tools in the river.
You're down back by the church that you passed before. You're just rolling out.
I'm doing great work.
I'll go over this way and slash at him with my hand axe.
Okay, so you've taken back your hand axe now. Go ahead, tell me what.
I still had the hand
Right,
he's in
the
my
other
hand.
hand. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Tell me what you do with that.
I roll a 2.
Nah. Yeah, you don't do anything. Now, maybe we should just take a moment here to zoom out to the larger map for just a second. So you have come down here, and you are now going up towards the destroyed Church of Moradin. So if you can see on this map, this is where you are right now as you continue to go underneath the next bridge. Do you want to try to grab onto this bridge and stop yourself from flowing, or do you want to just go with the flow?
I'm going to actually take my shears and stick it into the ground underwater, try to like pin me in place.
Underwater.
Yeah.
All right. So let's roll a strength check on that too.
Okay. No problem.
You get +5 on it.
All right, that's 17.
All right. So you successfully go under there. Now, those of you watching, you may notice that you may occasionally sort of glance down and realize that Herbert Dank-O'uid seems to be underwater for a long time and not dying. Just to point that out, some of you may be aware of this.
The fish.
That is very surprising.
Yes.
You're learning a lot about each other here. Okay, Zinc, what you gonna do?
Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20. I am going to that flower staff is I can do a flower 5 feet around me?
Yeah, you can make flowers appear 5 feet around you.
That'll teach him.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I jump up, what do I have some sort of sharp weapon, don't I? No, I have a crossbow. Lame. If I jump, can I land on him and land with the staff through his plant eye? Am I close
5,
enough to do
10,
that?
15, 20, 25, 30. Yes, you are close enough to jump onto him, and you can try to do that. You can try to come up and put your flower staff right through his eye.
Yeah, let's try to do that.
Now, would you like, as you go through, to engage the power of the flower staff too?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's see if this works. So, Zinc Gadinka does one of her impressive LA Lakers jumps. Let's give it with your staff. Right now, I'll just give this Staff of Woodlands. It's not really what it is, but I'll give you something so we can play with it. All right, do a +1 to attack.
Oof. 6.
6 with the +1. So you do the jump, you come up, but you don't get in it. You miss it, and it sort of goes into the round around it. However, what flowers would you like to appear?
Oh no, that'll tangle me up. Really fat hydrangeas.
Okay, so
all over the ground.
You do go into the ground, and yes, fat hydrangeas sort of come all over in that 5-foot area where this guy is, and I think it does make it difficult terrain over there. All right, so now it's the Vine Blight's turn again. This Vine Blight, it constricted you. You knocked it aside. It's going to try to constrict Bart the Basher again. This time it gets a 9. It does not get through. All right, Bart.
Oh, we're gonna bash. It's so hard. I've run out of ways to annoy plants. I'm gonna let my cat chew on it. 17.
Yep, that gets through. Well, how much damage you do?
5.
All right, and you don't have
My
your
crowbar's
crowbar.
on the other side of the river, so I'm gonna headbutt it.
All right, you're gonna headbutt it. I
Yeah.
don't think you can. You can't do. You only have one. Well, you
My
two-weapon
forehead
fighting
is definitely a weapon.
as your bonus action.
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you do it. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Give me a +4. Let's see what you do.
Yeah. Natural 20!
All right, then. With your headbutt, you do 6 points of damage as you just come on through it. I think you hit it so hard that you're actually bleeding a little bit.
Die, motherfucker! Are we supposed to swear on this? I don't know.
As you hit, the blood hits the hydrangeas that Zinc has made. Go.
The wrong pH level!
Now they're blue. Now they're blue.
Okay, Colker, what you gonna do?
I'm just gonna try to hack at it once more with my hand axe.
All right, give me a roll with a -1. Because, yeah.
10.
10.
After the minus, so it's 11 minus 1.
That is not going to get through. It's got a 12 armor class, so it doesn't get through. Your hand axe just doesn't get going. Again, you know, I don't want to be a prescriptive DM, but I do want to again bring up perhaps attacking with a weapon for which you are not proficient is not
It's the only weapon I have.
You at this point you might have thought back to the dwarven training and realized that he had some weapons for sale, and it might be occurring to Colker, oh, should I purchase something there?
Yes, that has occurred to me, but unfortunately I'm in the middle of this battle now. I'll buy something on the way back into town, but first we gotta finish killing this thing.
You've got a forehead,
You got a forehead.
But I'm very short.
so you'll get him right in the cranberries.
Let's zoom out for a second. Let's go back. Underwater in the raging river, between Puff Lion's winery and the destroyed Church of Moradin.
This is the warm-up fight, right?
We have Herbert Dank-O'uid with his shears in the water, holding himself, breathing underwater. What you gonna do here, Herbert?
I'm going to. Okay, I've got it. And this might be an irresponsible use of key, but we're gonna do it. I have, what is it? I'm gonna use Step of the Wind.
Ooh.
And while staked down there with my pretty cheers, I'm going to stomp against the ground. Since my jump distance is doubled for the turn, so I'm going to take that as like, I can get the power to jump out of the water
Yep.
and land right in front of that winery.
Yep. All right. So you do that. You hop out and you
Finish the bottle, Herbert. Is that the problem?
you land in front of Puff Lion's winery. The small gnome who was working at the winery goes, "Oh, jeez, that's
Yes,
impressive."
I'll take a bottle. So I'm gonna be posted up over there with drinking my wine, waiting for them to come back.
I'll take a bottle. You just, yes, he has some tables outside. You know, there's some nice glasses. I think he has some cheese and some bread that he sells.
Little charcuterie. I have no money.
We'll
We'll deal with that later.
You know, by the time your friends come, it's before the bill comes.
Are you a +1 dine and dash, or do you have to roll for it?
Stealth check.
It's stealth check. There you go. Sleight of hand.
We'll see what happens in this. I think for now, Puff Lion is impressed and believes anyone who can jump out of the water like that would have some money, and
With
so
my shears.
with his shears in hand, yes, he clearly sees you as a fellow horticulturalist. So while Herbert is enjoying Puff Lions, Zinc Gadinka, what are you going to do?
Do I have a dagger, or do I just have a crossbow? It's in my equipment that I have a dagger, but I don't know if I have to choose it.
You do have a dagger. You'd have to equip it, but you would be able to use your dagger because you've just been casting it. So if you're not moving, you can equip your dagger and attack with it. But I don't think you can move and equip it at the same time.
Cool. Well, I'm like right on top of this thing, aren't I?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Great. So I'm gonna take my dagger and just try to slash at it.
All right. Give me a attack roll with a +4.
Woof. 3 + 4 is 7.
7. That is not going to get through this vine blight. The vine now sort of makes some sort of angry sound. It's still sort of singed from where you burnt it before, and it attempts to grapple you. It's going to come with a constrict is going to be a 10. And what do you got, Zinc? Your armor class is 14. It does not succeed. It tries to get through and it can't quite get around you. Okay, Bart.
Can we finish off the stupid plant? Good lord.
Feed me.
All right, here we go. It's bashing time. 8. All right, headbutting time. 13. We're never gonna.
Wait. 13. Its armor class is 12.
Yes.
13 is gonna get through. What's your headbutt gonna be, Bart? You've got a 3 damage.
30, right?
Yep. So no, it's 3 bludgeoning damage. All right, you get it through there. Now we're at Colker.
One more time.
Are you gonna use the trusty hand axe?
It's all I've got.
You know, you'd think a hand axe would be more effective against a plant-based creature.
Yes, I would, except I'm not very effective with a hand axe.
All right, try it. Let's see what you get. Can you get a 12?
All I've got to work with right now.
Can your 20 minus 1 get a 12?
15 minus 1, I got a 14.
That gets through! Okay. Tell me how much damage you do.
5.
That does it! Dun dun dun!
Hey!
I should have let him run away.
You successfully destroy this guy.
Man, I can't wait till we fight, animate objects.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we are doing experience on this one. So let me see what happens now. On this, you each get 81 XP for that. Each of you gets 81 XP. We'll do this later. Basically, you're at level 2. You have 600 XP you need to get to the next level. So right now, you've got 1/6 of that. You got 81.
Oh, come on, I headbutted a plant twice.
Yeah, that is impressive. Yeah.
At least go up like 2 or 3 levels.
And she got a staff of flowers. So now you've destroyed them at the shrine. What are you gonna do?
Let's go bash something else.
I'm going to pick up some remnants of these vines.
Mm-hmm.
Put them in my bag to prove that we have thwarted them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna water my enemies.
He's gonna water his enemies.
I think we know what you mean by that.
I'm gonna pee on them.
Is there anything else interesting about the trees, like that I would need that I can see by looking at them before we go?
No, I think you would notice that these trees, it's spring. All the other trees around are green and spring colored, very fertile. These trees are sort of orange and red, like they're sort of fall. These trees are sort of orange. So that's, I think, one thing that would be a little interesting to you.
All right. So I want to go and show this elf lady that we have done this task before we go on to the next one.
Okay. As you go down and you start heading towards the elf lady, towards Magister Thalia, you go over the bridge, and the one thing you're going to see is you're going to see Herbert Dank-O'uid at this winery with a small young gnome wearing a sort of purpley felt hat with a big feather in it, sort of a big a coat with a very sort of high purple and red collar, talking to him. Oh, yes, well, this wine, we grow it especially. I see your shears. And they're sort of engaged in the conversation. You must be a horticulturalist, too.
Oh, yes. It all started when, the House of Dank-O'uid merged, and then I was born, but, oh, hello. Friends?
2 shots!
Okay, would you care to sit down?
Shots.
This wine is
How could
absolutely
you breathe?
fabulous. You've done absolutely wonderful with the making.
Wait a minute. How can you breathe underwater? Let's get this out of the way.
How can you jump like that?
Where's the wine?
Oh, I'll bring you some wine. And as he goes away, he sort of gives a look at Zinc
Bart,
Gadinka.
how can you survive drinking that much?
How can you just survive drinking that little? I have a lot of feelings I have to bury.
And there's charcuterie too, if anybody wants it. So did you kill the blights?
Vines? Yes, we did.
Good. Oh, good. I was hoping you would.
What
Would
are we
I know
bashing
this
back?
guy? Would I know Herb at all?
No, you would not.
Okay.
You would not. Puff Lion comes back and puts it down, and he says, I wait a minute, I know you. And you think he's pointing at Zinc, but then he's actually pointing at Bart, and he says, You're the famous fighter, Bart the Basher. I studied at the GaienBerr Academy of Magic, and in Coruscant, and I would go to the fighting pit to watch you. You're amazing.
Yes, I bash things.
Oh, it's such an honor to have you here, Bart.
I'm honored too. Wine.
He says, and aren't you aren't you the gnome that it was, you tried to set the academy on fire or something? I heard something horrible.
No, that is not what happened. Doc said that's what happened. That is not what happened.
You have to do what your doctor says.
And I stare at him.
Listen, any friend of Bart the Basher is a friend of mine.
Who told you that I burned the academy down?
Well, everyone at the wizarding school
My
says
wine's
that.
out.
Oh, here, have some more wine. And he pours some Chardonnay that has a very nice vinegary taste. It just sort of makes your lips pucker when you drink it.
Fucker.
He sets it down. He says, this sells for 2 gold pieces all over, but for you, I'll only ask 1 gold piece. And he
More wine.
puts down the bill. Another bottle?
Yeah. We're gonna be so rich when we're done all of our whatever we're doing.
He goes and gets another bottle. Coming up, you see Magister Thalia walking across a bridge, sort of towards you guys.
I'm gonna wave to her and pull out a vine. And I'm gonna show my staff of flowers. Magister, what is your favorite flower?
Oh, well, that's a good question. I do like a calla lily.
I'm gonna bang the staff into the ground, calla lilies, pick a bunch, and hand them to the magister.
Ooh.
Flattery may not get you far with me in particular, but it is appreciated. Zinc, was it?
Yes, that is correct. And we have thwarted the blight
I can see that by the vine that you were waving around so freely. But tell me, what about the Corellian shrine? Is it in good condition? Is it something that people can continue to come to?
We bashed it. Wait, no, did we bash it?
We did not bash it. I went up to it, and that is where I found this staff of flowers. It is in very good shape. Nothing has happened to it.
Oh my goodness, that is good to hear. Well then, I think...
We only almost lit it all on fire.
Almost.
But it is in good condition. You left it in...
It's in very good condition and not surrounded by any blights.
I cannot tell you how much
It
that
is in
means.
much better condition than the ones.
Well, that is preferable. That is in fact what the quest was for, so thank you. I don't know what to say. I think another token may be in order for such a act of reverence for our elven god. Thank
Money,
you.
please.
Well, I am not the keeper of the hoards of money that are...
Boards? That sounds like a lot.
Oh, yes, we do quite well for ourselves. That is why we're able to employ other people to do these quests rather than having me go out and do every single one of them.
I went to a horde once. I was employing someone else.
Well, that's good.
I think you might notice, Magister Thalia, that he has the look of a soldier. Although he's no longer wearing, he's not wearing any of the official soldiers' uniforms. There's something about him that you might have even seen him fighting in the war at some point.
I can see that you have a history that is complex and, well, that you are used to a more rough side of life, and for that I thank you for your service, and also ask you to maybe tone it down a little bit.
I'd
What?
say.
In presence of a magister. What? Yes?
What?
You wet?
Oh, yes. Sorry, just drawing off. Would you like a glass of wine? Some charcuterie, perhaps?
Perhaps.
Prosciutto?
I do enjoy some prosciutto.
Please, by all means.
So,
No in this world?
so we're sitting down. I'm going to ask, where do we collect these tokens? And we have this one other quest that we have taken on, and we need to do it before sundown or sunrise tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Do we need to collect the tokens before that, or after, or what's the deal with these quest collectings?
As long as you have ample proof that you've completed the quests, and now I know of the condition in which you left the shrine, I will be the one to bestow these runes, or these tokens rather, to you. I would encourage you to continue with the rest of your questing as soon as possible. It seems like you may be losing a little bit of time, but know that you do in fact have 2 tokens, and unless you, Zinc, wish to fight alone, or rather undergo the Red Rune Quest on your own, your entire party is entitled to those tokens as well. So there's no need to continue doing quests until your body breaks into small little pieces.
Oh no, we fight together. We fight together.
I also,
Keep
Speaking of bodies
Let's
being
get some
in
roadies
pieces,
and go.
that's what happened to the lights.
well, wonderful. Then I encourage you to get on with what was the next quest that you claimed?
Skeletons.
Oh, yes. Those are infesting the mines. We need them to be cleared in the quickest manner possible so that we can continue mining for mithril. That is of utmost importance. So I urge you to continue on as soon as possible.
Let's go. Clean those skeletons. Clean those skeletons.
How are Herb's hit points? Is he still like 4
Yeah,
hit points?
could you? I'm not feeling any pain right now, but soon. Could you point me to the direction of Dr. Root's place?
Yeah, you would know that Dr. Root is by the Adventurers Hall down south.
Yes, right by the Adventurers Hall that you came in at, that we met at. I think that it is in best interest that you rush over there as soon as possible, considering your very wet and sad state.
I don't know, he looks pretty happy to me.
What?
He looks pretty happy to
What
me.
direction is this medic in relation to the mines?
They are west.
Yeah, so the
I
mines.
can ask the table, or I can ask you. Yeah.
So the mines are you're sort of up here by Puff Lion's Winery. The mines, interest of the mines is down here. You've got to go down to sort of the town proper, and Dr. Roots is down here. So it's a little bit out of the way, but you know it's a pretty small town. You could get to Dr. Roots, stock up on some healing medicine, and make it into the mines. And it's only midday. And she's right next to Adventurers Hall. So if you wanted to go and get any gold for your rewards, you could do that now.
I need to get a few daggers. Where can I get some daggers?
We have ample supply in town, or, perhaps you would be, I don't know what the state is of your cash flow, so you might be able to find
Enough to buy some daggers.
There you go. Then we certainly have some in town at the armory.
Excellent.
Let's go.
Right.
All right. So you leave Puff Lions. Before you exit, do you put any money down for your bill of, which is probably around 2 gold pieces now?
I have no money.
I'll give him 2 and then 2 more because I want a couple roadies.
So because you want some roadies? All right. Wait. Okay. Good. You do not have as much gold as you wanted to. There, Bart the Basher. I'm looking at your thing. I think I told you pretty clearly how much gold you had to begin this quest. And
Just type whatever I want. You just put it in.
yeah, I know. Listen, money's all fake. It's an arbitrary system that we use to live in society. It's really ridiculous if you start to think about it.
We all collectively decide that this symbol means something.
I understand, but you will say that you had 30 gold at the beginning of this, which was saved up from your pit fighting days, and you have so far spent 4 gold. So you're now down to
I have a different
26.
number, but there's still wine coming. Let's go.
All right. So you pay it. You don't leave it with the Magister, which I think is probably a good choice. And you move on. So where is the first place you guys are going to go? The first
past the armory.
You did.
Right.
The
Past
first
the
place
armory,
would be the armory.
Yes, I'd like to stop in the armory. I need some daggers.
All right. I take it you're not stopping at. So remember, across is the bows and the horses by the 2 elves, but instead you go straight into the armory here. The dwarf says, "Ah, I knew you'd come back. Come in. Welcome. Welcome to Dungeon Survival Skills. Are you here for Dungeon Survival training?"
I'm here for some daggers.
Oh, daggers! We got lots of daggers. Daggers. He shows you on the wall. He says, "This is 2 gold pieces a dagger."
I need a +1 thumper.
A thumper, eh? You look like the kind of man that wants a marshal, a strong marshal. Do you want a 2-handed weapon or a 1-handed weapon?
One-handed because I already have this awesome hammer.
He,
I want like a cross, something thumpy, something smashy.
What about a short sword?
No, not stabby, thumpy.
What about it's thumpy, eh? What about a whip?
No, what I want.
What about a mace? What about a mace and chain?
Small animal, and I put it in the thing, and I hit it. It would be soup. That's what I want.
With a one-handed. What about a flail?
Sure.
The flail! Oh, great. I've got this great flail here. Only 10 gold pieces.
Sure.
All right. So you... anyone else want anything? Are you looking for anything else? Armor, or range weapons, anything like that?
Just the daggers.
All right. So...
Would I know what hurt skeletons?
Do you ask him this, or are you going to do an Arcana?
I'm gonna do an Arcana first.
Okay, roll an Arcana and tell me what you get.
11.
Yes. So one thing, anything above 10 is good. Yes. You would know that skeletons are vulnerable to bludgeoning weapons. Piercing weapons don't work as well on them because, of course, they have no guts. But good bludgeoning weapons is good, and you would know that they are immune to poison.
Okay, so, sir, I also need some sort of thumping weapon, as my friend here said. I don't know, maybe something like a bat or a mace and chain.
A bat. Let's see. What would be good for you? He sort of looks you over. He says, only it'd have to be simple for you. You couldn't handle any of the strong stuff. Yeah, a mace, or maybe you want a one-handed or two-handed?
One-handed.
Yeah, a mace would be great. I got a good mace for you for 5 gold pieces.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So you buy a mace for 5 gold pieces. Let's see. Here we go. And Colker, you bought a nice dagger. Correct?
Cool. Yes.
Colker, who's paying for this dagger?
Well, I believe I should have some money, don't I?
Yeah, I think you have just a little bit. So after you buy the dagger, you're going to have like 8 gold pieces left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still 8 gold pieces.
Yeah. All right. So you guys get all that, and he says, it's a pleasure doing business with you. Thank you for coming here and when you do decide you need dungeon survival skills, I'm the man you want to talk to.
You wouldn't happen to want to fight some skeletons with us, would you?
He rubs he has a giant mohawk. He's bald on the side, his giant mohawk, and he sort of rubs the bare side of his things. He said, I would love to fight skeletons, I remember fighting in the war. We would kill them all. I fought under Prince Galen. Those were the days. But no, I'm too old now. Retired. I fought too many years. Now I'm a trainer. I'm not a fighter anymore.
All right.
Let's go clean some skeletons.
All right. So you guys leave the dungeon survival. You go past the horses. You again see go past the general goods store. In the general goods store, there's a gnome outside wearing sort of a big beret with a mustache that comes down and a little goatee and hair coming out and sort of big eyebrows and sort of holding on to suspenders. And he's just out front looking, anybody want anything? I got everything you need. Everything anybody needs, I got it. He sort of says as you walk by.
We walk quicker.
Run!
Over to the adventurers hall.
He seems to sort of watch Colker as he goes by. Maybe has a little glance at Colker. Sort of his eyes lay on you for a bit.
Not Colker.
You make it down to Dr. Root. As you come into her house, this is you go in their adventurers hall first.
I'm actively bleeding.
I would go to adventurers hall so I can get the
there.
money, so then I can go get some mending done to me.
All right, you go into the adventurers' hall. You go into the booth. There is the sort of gnome there as you walk in. He says, "Hello, yes, hello. How can I help you?"
We would like to cash in our reward for clearing out the blights.
You actually killed them all.
Yes, we have the proof here.
I walk up behind him and I show the pieces of vines and I say, Magister Thalia can vouch for us.
Oh, very impressive. I'm so happy to see a gnome fighting with the big adventurers. That's what we like to see. All of us back here were rooting for you, and I bet that you would live.
Rooting.
Let's talk more distributed.
He brings out a bag of 20 gold pieces, and he says, how will this be distributed? Is it 5 each, or 20 only to one of you, or how does it work?
5 each, please.
All right, everyone is given 5 gold pieces, and he slips a token into your hand. Now, you already have another token that Magister Thalia secretly gave you at the winery, so now you've got 2.
Let's go to the doctor. I'm bleeding.
Yeah.
He needs to put the inside parts of me back on the inside.
All right, you all get 5 gold pieces, and you move to Dr. Root. When you come into Dr. Root, she's a halfling. It's just a small little place. Oh, you get your first 5 gold pieces for that, Herbert.
Woo!
Wow, that's exciting for you. She's a small halfling woman. She has a little house with a little garden in the back. She's got sort of a pearl necklace around, a little cape on her, and she says, "Yes, welcome to Dr. Roots. How can I help you?"
Dr. Ruth, I'm dying.
Oh, no, Dr. Root! Root! R-O-O-T! I am a herbalist, Dr. Root!
Oh. Do you like these shears of mine?
Oh, those are very impressive!
Very beautiful.
Yes!
Very
Oh! Yes, you look in the bad shape!
Thank you.
Well, yes, you want a potion of healing!
I would love a potion of healing.
Ah, Dr. Root has best prices! Only 50 gold pieces!
Huh?
50 gold pieces!
I step in and I say, listen, are you running low on any sort of plant life that you use to make these potions and lotions and things? Because
yes, I even had to make
a trade.
I had to make one of them a quest because I need fey flowers very badly to make some of my potions. She's going vampiric on me.
Can my staff make fey flowers?
Oh! Can a staff of flowers make fey flowers? Yes, it can.
Hey guys, if we kill her, we can have all the potions.
No. Bashing later, not the doctor.
Okay, you've used it twice, so you only get 3 charges per day.
Okay.
Of your staff of flowers. But yes, you can use it to make fey flowers.
Okay, so I'm gonna take my staff, put it in the ground, fey flowers.
5 foot, yep.
And I'm gonna say, here are your flowers. We need you to tell the Magister that we also completed this quest so that we can be paid for the fey flowers as well. Please consider this a trade, however.
Wait, so are you going, just to be clear, are you going to pay me and then get the money, or I take these fey flowers, get rid of the quest, and we call it fair deal?
That sounds good, because I can take a nap.
Yes.
All right.
Killer.
All right. So great. So the fey flowers, they take it. Wait. Well, are you going to kill her? Are you going to kill Dr. Ruth?
No, we're not
How
going
many potions are around? I'm still.
I'm going to pull out one of my little pieces of ash and wave it at him and say, "No bashing until later." You know what this does.
What? Are you offering me a piece of ash? I mean, okay.
I just put my head in my hands and I sigh. I say, "Lady, can you just fix this guy and tell us that we've got the quest?"
Okay, I will take me a little while. Why don't you all take a short rest? And when you are done, I will have 1 potion of healing for all of you.
Oh, yay.
Perfect.
Yay!
All right. So why don't you guys give all yourselves a short rest on your pages, and then that's going to give you some hit points back. Not a long rest, just a short rest. Well, when you take a short rest, you can you get 1 di, 1 d8 plus 2 for Colker. Herbert, a short rest for you is going to be 1 d8 plus 3, and Zinc, a short rest for you would be 1 d8 plus 2. Bart, your short rest would be 1 d10 plus 2.
Yeah, I win. I totally win at resting.
Well, you're the strongest one.
Great, I got 3 hit points.
All right. At the end, it's now dark out. It's sun setting, and she has 4 potions of healing for you. Are you going to take them now, or are you going to hold on to them?
I'm taking them.
All right, that's going to be 2d4 plus 2. Roll it. Tell me what you get.
Hold on, let me get to Here we go. Son of a poop! Only 5.
All right. Did you add in your other 1d10 plus 2?
I sure did.
And add 5. All right. And what about the rest of you? You guys taking the potion of healing?
I'll take mine, but my D&D just crashed.
Oh, okay.
I'm holding on to mine.
Okay. 1 potion of healing for Zinc. And what about you, Colker?
I'm in perfectly good shape. I don't need to drink it.
So you're going to hold on to it?
Yeah.
Great.
What I can't see the board, West. What's the fairy flower quest worth?
5 gold pieces.
All right.
I say you get them, Zig.
It's really one of the lowest.
You have to split it 4 ways, so we each get math.
So how do I? So I'm going to ask the doctor. So how can we prove to the Magister that we have done this fairy flower quest? Will you vouch for us?
She actually holds out one of the tokens and says, "I took care of it while you were sleeping at Dr. Roots. I went, I told them you had done it. They gave it to me, I gave it to you. Dr. Roots is always happy to help people get their healing back feeling virile and strong and firm."
That is beautiful. Let's
We
go
love
to the
Dr.
mines.
Root.
So we've got all the tokens, right? What do we do now? Eat them?
You do have 3 tokens if you didn't want to go to the mines. You do now have 3 tokens if you wanted.
I say, screw the mine. Let's do the big task. Let's go cash them in.
You going to cash them in?
I'm assuming I can bash things at the other task.
Okay, so we have 3, but we only have 3 tokens, and there are 4 of us. We need 9 more tokens.
I think she said that it would count for
Yeah,
all of us.
I think we only need 3.
She told
I
Zinc.
specifically asked her at the beginning, and she said it was 3 per person. I
She
thought.
lied to you, Colker Dirtwood.
I think she rectified that statement up by the winery when we were, bonding over
Okay.
the bottle.
Okay.
And when she slipped you another token.
I'm sorry.
Well, you want to go ask her?
Yeah. Let's ask.
All right.
Checking to do.
So you return back to Adventurers Hall. And Magister Thalia is there waiting for you. Now, when you get back to Adventurers Hall, one thing that's going to happen, you show Magister Thalia the 3 tokens, and she brings you through the tables into the back where there's a staircase. She takes you up this staircase, and that brings you up to the second floor. You come around this table, and one thing you're going to notice is there's a couple of guards sitting here, and you can see that this is sort of where the elite are. There's all these rooms up top with windows overlooking the area below. And there's a little railing where you can see down where the board is, and you can see all the adventurers. You realize you're in the place with the people with money. As you walk back, you even see something that none of you have seen before, which are, they have these areas that seem to have endless decanters of running water over sinks and over holes in the ground, creating something that could best be described as a running water toilet. It's this amazing thing that you can't even imagine how clean it must be.
They bring that back from the moon too?
Yes, that's what they brought.
It kind of looks like 4 orcs are peeing, according to the picture there.
You walk down, sorry, on this side actually, through all these different rooms, and you go into a room, and there are a couple of chairs around a table, and a bed here. And Magister Thalia speaks to you.
Hello, back so soon. So you're looking
Yeah.
well.
We visited Dr. Root and had a good visit, and we are ready for the next quest.
Well, how many tokens have you amassed amongst yourselves?
Some.
4?
3.
3? 3.
3, wonderful, yes. And you're looking to continue with the Red Rune Quest as a party? Or are there some of you that are looking to jump ship?
Looks like a party to me.
It's a party.
Indeed. All right. Well then, I suppose at this time I can let you know what the Red Rune Quest entails, if you're ready to hear it.
Yes?
Yep.
Hail away.
Essentially what we'll be having you do is take a look beneath the dwarven castle. We have intel that the dwarves left behind a great secret treasure at or under the dwarven castle. We're not entirely sure. But if you can find it, recover it, bring it back to me, then you'll be given a red rune, which, for all intents and purposes, is a sort of medal of recognition from the Elven Army. It's a recognition of your service. You'll be given Elven mail armor and this insignia, which will then entitle you to a salary of 10 gold pieces for life every 5 days, to be collected at any GaienBerr city.
I can put so much bacon in my bacon pouch.
Well, I wouldn't
That
advise...
sounds excellent.
Good. Does that sound amenable to all of you?
I don't know what that means, but I'll do it.
Means good.
Yes, it does.
Roughly.
Very good.
Let's do it.
Roughly. Very good. Well, then I can show you to where the mine's entrance is, or you can enter back into the Adventurers Hall and take a look at the, everything that Onbeto has to offer before beginning the quest. But it's really up to you.
It's now nighttime. It's probably about 8 p.m. right now.
Time to
Well,
drink.
You're sorry?
Isn't it time to drink, guys? It's well past 10 a.m.
I wish you the best, and I'm going to take a long rest. I must.
As am I. I was.
Meditate or something.
I've now been up like 24 hours straight and killed a bunch of things.
Well, once
And I
again,
am not in great shape right now.
Would we be able to rest here for the night if we needed to rest here?
Certainly, we have dwellings for our adventurers. You're more than welcome to take up a stay for the evening. It seems you've had quite a day. So feel free to take a snooze before taking on this quest. It
We would
is...
try out the toilet.
Yes, certainly. One of very few in GaienBerr. The bed downstairs are 1 gold piece per person, so if you'd like to see about getting some beds, if you'd like an upstairs bedroom as well, which are considerably nicer, you can get those for 4 gold pieces. So if you'd like to inquire about those, we can certainly
What
send
if I just sleep in a chair?
Well, I can't promise that you won't be bothered by the various drunkards.
I mean, I meant one of these chairs in this room. We can get. Is the bed? Is it that the bed is 4 gold pieces, or the room is 4 gold pieces?
I think you know the answer to that question.
If I knew the answer, would I be asking it?
All right, certainly. It is inclusive of the room. I understand that this is not something that many adventurers may be comfortable with. There are tents outside the city that may be more to your liking. But yes, the rooms themselves are what you're paying for, as well as the access to toilets. Those come with the upstairs only. So,
Right, so if we each pay in 1 gold piece, it's the room for all 4 of us. Because I think that if Bart goes downstairs and drinks for a while, like he clearly wants to, I think the 3 of us are all pretty small. I think we can probably fit 2 of us in the bed and 1 in each chair.
it's none of my business who you share your bed
Well, I
with.
wasn't talking to you. I was talking to them.
Oh, yep.
Guys, I used both of them. One of the things is for number 1, the other one's for number 2, right? In the bathroom.
Nose goes, I'm getting it back.
We're fine with that arrangement. I hand her 4 gold pieces. Would I know anything about this treasure that she speaks about? My background is researcher, so I might.
I don't think you would. No, you would not. You would not. It could be too many things. It could be weapons in there. It could be ore in there. It could be some secret message in there. It could be something important to the dwarves of their history or with their gods. There's too many options of what it could be.
Okay. So I will give her 4 gold pieces. We'll settle this up with the party later, fellows. Please take this, and we'll take this room.
All right. Well, that's her room, but you can take another room.
We'll take another room.
All right. So you move to another room. You sort of move to the other side of the space. Now, do you what, are you going down to drink, or are you gonna Bart? Or are you gonna have a rest as well?
I'm gonna drink until I rest.
So, and the rest of you are gonna sleep up here, right?
I'm already passed out.
On the bed. And you're all just gonna sort of, a halfling, a gnome, and a dwarf can fit on a double bed made for 2 elves, for sure. So, you're just gonna sort of cuddle up with each other. All right. So, what are you doing down there, Bart, as you're drinking?
Well, drinking.
Okay. Oh, are you talking to anyone, or are you drinking silently?
I feel like I've talked so much.
You're just in the corner drinking.
Yeah, I might. I have to think through all of my glory for the day.
Okay. And
Twig to nothing.
have you developed a taste for Puff Lion's wine?
Sure. Yeah.
And how many bottles do you think you drink of it?
Well, because now that I have access to bathrooms, kind of unlimited, right? Because if it goes in one, it comes out the other way.
Okay. So you want to say 3?
At least.
All right. So you spend 6 gold pieces on that. Oops.
Money is just a symbol.
Yeah, money's just as simple. That doesn't matter. And do you eat as well?
I need, I gotta refill my bacon pouch.
Do you think you're eating wealthily or comfortably at this time?
Bacon. Like a good lot of bacon. You gotta keep the heart strong.
Okay, good. We'll take another gold piece for that, but you are strong. All right. So, let's see. There we go. Okay, good. So, and eventually you sort of crash downstairs and fall asleep.
Yeah.
All right. So the next morning, Magister Thalia, you encounter them as they are walking out. You may notice that slumped over a table, surrounded in his own drool and vomit, is Bart the Basher.
You've had a taste of our fine wine, is that correct?
Yeah, a couple times.
Well, I certainly
Both
hope
directions.
so. You've got a big day ahead of you.
Yeah, I am big.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, keep a close eye on him, I'd say, as soon as you get into the mines. There's a lot in there that could, well, I'll leave it up to you.
We're cleaning skeletons. I know what the deal. I remember.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
He's a pretty hardy guy. I'd be more afraid for the skeletons.
Yeah.
That's certainly an excellent frame of mind to have going into our mines. So I wish you the best.
Frame of mind.
I see what you did there. That's quite good.
I have a bone to pick with that pun.
I'm going to. Is there? Were these how big were these bottles of wine?
Puff Lion's bottles of wine are, they're sort of as you would imagine, about
2 gold pieces. They better be pretty big.
Yeah, they're about 15 inches tall.
I was hoping like a good box wine, but whatever.
They taste like a box wine. I mean, Puff Lions is the nice wine is Shellbell wine from Bon, which Seth would know well, but that's about 10 gold pieces a bottle.
Seems inefficient.
Lion's Red is red wine, but it tastes like Chardonnay vinegar, so it's confusing on many levels.
Like a Chateau Diana. That wine product.
From the bodega.
I'm going to ask Magister if she has any small bottles of spirits that I can purchase to take with me. Just one, just a small something.
Got $6 at Rite Aid. It's mostly sugar.
The spirits that they would have, there's 3 kinds of ales in GaienBerr. There's Reds, which comes here from Onbeto. There's Prosperpina Ale, which comes from Capitalis, and there's Sod Suds, which comes from Coruscads. And then there's the 2 types of wine: Shellbell's wine and Lion's Red.
Whichever's the cheapest, please.
Red's wine is only 4 copper pieces. Red's ale is 4 copper pieces a pint.
Can you make change for a gold piece?
Sure, why not?
Great.
I'll give. Yeah, we've got a bar here. We've certainly got a till. It's open that I can. This really isn't. I should have this really isn't my specific job. I am a magister. I don't operate the alcohol sales in Onbeto, but
this thrilling episode, we kill a bunch of twigs, then make change.
yeah,
We do appreciate your hospitality. Let's please. I just need this bottle just for myself. No reason.
I completely understand.
Look, Dr. Ruth said whatever you do with the bottle is your own business.
Yes. To the mines, please.
Did somebody say my name? You hear as you walk out of the adventurous hall. All right, so we're gonna leave Magister Thalia behind as you guys head out to the mine. So you make your yes.
Did I just have a long rest up there while the
Yes, you all took a long rest. Every one of you should give yourselves a long rest now. All right, so you're back in Onbeto. With Onbeto, you're going to go from Adventurers Hall. It's a morning now. As you go out, most people are still sleeping. You do feel like some sort of an earthquake as you first walk out. In fact, why don't you all just give me a Constitution throw?
God, I already
Saving
packed
throw?
up my dice.
Too cold, Chuck. Yes, it's too cold, Chuck.
18.
Saving throw?
Yeah, 18. Yeah, Constitution saving throw. What'd you get?
15.
15. Yeah.
I got an 8.
Okay, and you, Colker?
15.
Okay, so as it goes down, only Herbert Dank-O'uid is sort of thrown to the ground for a second, but you guys pick him up, and you would assume, I imagine, that earthquakes happen in this area because of this war-torn land. You never know sort of what's going to happen here. You make your way through the. Do you go through the tent village, or do you go up through the war cemetery to get to the mine?
All those sad wars that died. We need a cemetery.
So yes, so you go through the war cemetery. As you walk past, you see many dead adventurers there. You would assume that some of these dead adventurers probably tried to fight the Deathlock Night, which was one of the quests while you guys slept at night. You can see Reverend Amber is there trying to clean up their bodies and bless them.
Pour some out for the dead homies.
Pour one out. You go past the mines. There's a sort of hidden staircase to get up to the abandoned dwarven fortress at the top, and that's where we're gonna go. So you guys walk into the dwarven castle here, and as you come in,
Guys, this is really scary.
This is sort of the first thing you see is this large area, and there's a sort of throne there. There's a little light coming in, but it's pretty dark, and there's sort of a fireplace at the side.
I don't see any skeletons to clean.
I'm only seeing black on the map.
Same.
Oh, you can't see what I've got here. Oh, put your characters on. Maybe I can do it.
Guys, turn on the lights.
There, I put you all by the front. Does that help at all? There should be just one little area that's not black at the very top. All the rest of it is black.
100% black box.
Well, I'll move you around for now, and let's try you guys playing off of the
Zoom screen.
The Zoom screen. Yeah. So you see this room. It's a large open area with a dwarven hammer inset into the ground of colored marble. A mithril throne is in the western side. Across from it, you can see this sort of large fireplace. There's double doors at the end, and there's sort of an open door over beyond the throne.
I want to inspect the fireplace.
All right, give me a perception check.
Four.
You don't notice anything about it. Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on. Oh wait, no, that's passive. My passive is 10.
What's your active when you roll? Perception. You got a 4? Your perception is going to be...
Yeah.
Is going to be a roll plus 0. Yeah, you don't you don't discover anything about it.
I'm gonna perceive those doors open.
The ones at the very end?
Yeah.
All right. So you move down here to the very end of the room, and you go to try to open up these double doors. Let's see. Oops, hold on.
I think I might need to hammer the lights on.
I know. Well, this is a new thing. Here we go. So you come through the double doors, and this leads you into a hallway here with another set of doors on either side. You're going to go through these double doors now?
If there's a door, I'm hammering my way through. We got
All right.
Skeletors.
Well, okay. So you come into this room. This is the chieftain's bedroom. You sort of notice that once this was sort of a finely tailored bedroom for a dwarven chieftain. There's a large stained glass window depicting King Gungor on the steps of Gaien, and a circular wooden table with 4 chairs has battle maps laid out on top of it. But dust has accumulated on the maps, as well as on the silken sheets of the dwarven-sized bed. Bookshelves line the walls, and dusty tomes on dwarven customs, battle strategies, and information on the mithril mines can be found here.
There's a lot of word stuff in here. I'm gonna go look for skeletons.
I want
Okay.
to take
Where are you
I
guys?
want to take one of the books about the mines and take a little scroll through it, see if there's anything interesting, like are there any like dog-eared pages or bookmarks or anything that looks interesting.
All right, you're going to go down there as well. And what about you, Colker and Herbert? What have you guys been doing in this room? There is another door open that hasn't been explored, and there's a hallway that goes 2 places, and there was a set of stairs.
Is there any light, or am I just kind of stumbling around in the dark, being the only person without dark vision?
It's dim. This floor has dim light, so you can see dimly.
Gotcha. Well, I'm going to light my torch.
All right, you light your torch, and yes, you can see much better now. Much better with your torch.
I'm going to be sitting in like a meditative moment there on the ground and opening my ears up to see if I can hear anything.
Roll a perception check.
Let's see, perception's plus 1. 19.
Okay, you do notice that with your monk sensibilities, you hear a sort of wind whistling through the back of the fireplace.
The back of the fireplace.
Yeah.
I'm gonna whistle back.
You whistle back, nothing happens.
Okay. I'm gonna tell everyone, hey, I think that we have to go into this fireplace. There's something calling my name here.
Oh, I'll bash it.
All right.
Can I
Yeah.
Can I just dust off those battle maps real quick and see what they are? Maybe
Yes.
grab them. Can I
And
grab them,
you want to try
put
to
them-
read them?
Yeah.
All right. As you dust off the battle maps and read them back here, you do. How long are you going to spend reading them?
20 minutes.
A swarm of spiders comes
I don't
out
think
from them.
have
Eh.
that kind of patience.
A swarm of spiders comes out and begins to sort of attack you.
Ew. How big are these spiders?
They're little, but there's a lot of them. It's a whole swarm of them.
I'd like to swing my torch out.
Ah, you're gonna go in. They are afraid of fire. So you can go in, you can swing it at them, and they'll sort of move back to the back of the room.
Great. Let's run out of this room, and if there's a door, shut it.
Okay.
And go back to the front and look at this fireplace again, because I heard Herb say something about it.
Okay. You go to the fireplace, and let's see. On the fireplace, I need you guys to try to open it up. You do notice that behind it, there seems to be a false door, a secret door. Give me a strength check to try and open it.
I'll give you a hammer check.
All right. Go dead.
I got a 14 on the string.
Ooh,
I got a natural 1, and I have a -1 on strength.
You can just close it.
Well, luckily you have the tank with you here. So yeah, so you're gonna go back there. You're gonna use your strength, and you are able to push it aside. As you push it aside, it reveals another sort of room behind it. Let's see.
Skeletons?
I know you want them.
Skeletons?
Is there anything interesting in this room?
Yeah. Give me just one second.
Investigate the room.
Yeah. In this room, as you come in, I'm going to reload this map because I'm having trouble with the thing. As you come into this room, you're going to notice that bookshelves and rack stand aside several walls of this strange shaped room. Let's see. Let's get in there so we can reveal it for you. There we go. So you go in and you realize this is sort of a secret passage. There's these weapon racks, and also inside this room, you're going to notice that this is the actual bank of the Dwarven Castle. It must never have been found by the elves when they ransacked it. There's a row of cubbies containing 20 unworked bars of mithril. Each bar is worth at least 500 gold pieces, and
put it in my bacon pouch.
And weighs 2 pounds. So that's 100 pounds, 40 pounds.
I can do that.
Great.
I'll take all of the whatever it is.
You're taking 40 pounds, 20 bars of unworked mithril, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you guys know this is expensive. You could use these bars to make mithril chain shirts, breastplates, half plates, chainmail, all sorts of this stuff. But you'd need a dwarven blacksmith to do so.
Does he have all of it, or does he have all of it, or no?
He just grabbed it all. Unless you're going to try to talk to him. Why? What do you want to say to him?
No, I was just making sure that we have all of it.
Yeah, there's also some axes in here. You do see in the corner another door that opens up.
You said that there was a weapon rack in there?
Yeah, there's a weapon with a great axe, 2 long swords on it, and a crossbow.
Are any of them... Wait, would a battle axe be one of them, you said?
A great axe.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not proficient in either of those. So.
Are there any
You might have remembered that there was a man who could train you to be proficient in There's a great axe that you met not too long ago.
I had no money back then. Alright.
Are any of the crossbow arrows interesting? Or
none of their magic. There's just a lot of arrows. There's a crossbow, a great axe, 2 long swords, and a bunch of crossbow arrows.
I can take some arrows. I only have 80 arrows. I can take more arrows.
Okay, great. You can take 40 more arrows.
Great.
Great. Now, there's a door at the other end as well.
I go through it. I bash it.
All
Get a
right.
keyhole before he bashes it.
Too late. He is bashed into this room here. You come into a room where there's a large table in the middle of the room, and there's a sort of way to get to stairs going up in the back, and the table has a war map on it. This was the battle room where the dwarven generals met to plan their attacks during the 40-year war. You can see this topographical map of Onbeto and the surrounding area occupying most of the room, and there's various modeled avatars representing the two armies. The map currently has the dwarven castle surrounded by elves, gnomes, and tritons, with a small forge of dwarves, halflings, and orcs and goblins inside the castle itself. The dwarves are clearly outnumbered. There's also a letter laying on the table.
I take the toys.
Pick up the letter. Read the letter.
Do you take all of the different characters?
Well, yeah. It's so much fun.
The letter reads in Dwarven. Do you speak Dwarven, Zinc?
I do.
So. Yeah, I speak Dwarven.
The letter says, Queen Gorngrich and I will never surrender. Do not believe the elven lies of peace. This war can only end with Gaien being recognized as a sovereign nation, with boundaries beyond Onbeto, or with the extinction of the dwarven race. The stories of Prince Gaelian marrying Queen Unisaur are either fabrications or sorcery. Galen was an avowed elf hater. He infamously wore ears of his elven victims in a chain on his neck. If he has married Queen Unisaur, then it is because they've magicked his mind. Hide this door to our greatest treasure. Do not give up Onbeto. Fight! Fight until the last man. If we must lose the town, drench it in blood first.
Ooh.
Fight!
Take body parts, but make it fashion.
All right, we'll hold on to that letter.
This room contains silver cups, pitchers, and plates, as well as 2 enchanted torches on the wall that provide constant light.
Ooh,
All
give
right.
one of those to our friend with no dark vision.
Okay?
So, is the table wooden?
Yes.
All right, I want to break off a piece of it to make like a sled to go down the slide.
Those stairs are going up. There are other stairs going down around the other side. These stairs go up.
I'll keep it for to go on the down parts.
Okay, you're gonna go back around to those other stairs?
Yeah, we gotta go find the skeletons, guys.
Oh,
This
all right.
story.
So you come back out through the fireplace.
That's its story.
Forget this Willcraft. You come out through the fireplace. Remember, there's an open door down here. There's the room with the swarm of spiders you haven't gone into yet. There's a door over here that's open, but you haven't explored, and there's stairs going down.
Stairs going down. But yeah, I feel like the skeletons are gonna go down.
Yeah,
right?
let's go down.
How do we know there are skeletons here?
The lady said so.
That was a quest in the Dwarven mines, but
Skeleton. Oh wait, is this not that one?
you're in the castle.
Is that different? Oh, I thought we were going for skeletons.
Why don't you roll an intelligence check, and I'll see if I can remind you.
13, but I'm a -1, so 12.
No, I think you think they're skeletons. That's what you're supposed to
Get
do.
the skeletons, guys. What are we doing?
Hold on. There were silver cups in that other room.
Yeah. In that other room, there were silver cups, pitchers, and plates, as well as 2 enchanted torches on the wall.
I want to grab one of those cups.
All right. One of the 2 silver cups?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you got it.
Alright, so where is Bart the Basher now? What's he doing?
Well, Bart
Can you
has
get us some
Bart has knocked off some of the
Down in search of skeletons.
yeah, and he's gone over to try to find skeletons. All right. Yep.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So, you go down the steps. You slide into a room that has several different beds in it, all sorts of different beds, and I think you would realize from your training as a soldier that you've reached what must be the barracks of the Dwarven Castle back when this is happening. There is one open, sort of open door at the edge of it.
Ah, no skeletons this way. Come on, guys. There's going to be more over here.
All right. Now
Take
it
the
is
slide.
dark, but with your dark vision, you can see 60 feet in front of you. So as you come around, what you're going to notice is there are two sort of doors on either side, and you come into this room, and you see a sort of staircase going down with the well. You'd have to go further into the room to see what's further back there.
Well, I've got my sled. Come on, guys.
Are you going down this staircase, or are you going to see what else is in this area?
Down where the
I will-
skeletons are.
What about everyone else?
I would like to carefully investigate the rest of the room. Before we go running down any wells.
All right. You. So where are you? What's your idea? You gonna sort of sneak across then?
Who, me?
No, I'm asking Zinc because Zinc wants to investigate.
So I'm still up near the beds, I think.
Yeah. So you're up here, okay? So you want to
Anything
sort of
under these
investigate.
beds? Anything in the beds?
In the beds, let's see. There are 50 dwarven-sized beds in this room. There's chests at the foot of each one. Rough sheets cover the bed. Between each bed was racks for pickaxes or mining tools. Many had been outfitted to carry battle axes. There's almost no light in the room except for the light of the enchanted torch that you brought down. You do notice that some of the room, it does seem like something has been sleeping on this room recently. You would also notice that going from the room down to the steps where he is, there is a sort of line of offal of different sort of feces and sort of foul-smelling stuff is going from the beds into the step where Bart just took his sled over to. Yeah. So and then there's all these sort of chests around.
Are they unlocked?
Yeah. Roll if you want to open one, roll a 1d10.
Yeah. One.
No, nothing in it. How long are we going to do this for, Zeke?
I'll do three.
Give me 3 1d10 rolls.
4.
Nothing?
5.
Nothing.
Well, guys, something gross was in this room, and Bart just ran after it. I
See,
think.
you learned just as much as Bart did.
So, what are we doing? You exploring the rest of the room, or you going down?
Take the slide. Take the slide.
Yeah?
Well, if they're not speaking, I'm going.
I'm gonna let him take the slide.
If we spoke, would it make a difference, Bart?
Depends on what you said. How persuasive were you?
All right. You take the slide down, and you find yourself in the first sort of this sort of cavernous hall. So where you come down into is this sort of mining level where the dwarves made their last stand. Dried bloodstains are in the wall. 8 rough pillars in this room support 20-foot high ceiling, and each pillar is roughly 4 by 4. The entire chamber is 60 feet wide by 60 feet square, and the northeast and western wall have tunnels leading into the mines. The southern wall has a raised area of stone 8 feet high with a staircase leading up to it.
Can I roll for detect skeletons?
You can roll. Sure, roll for detect skeletons.
18. I don't know what I'm a plus or minus on detect skeletons.
You got 18?
Yeah.
You don't see any skeletons. What you do see, though, in the room is 5 Grimlocks, which are pretty terrible monsters. They are these sightless beasts that use smell to determine where they are going, which might have given some sense to the awful around from the beds. But you made a lot of noise coming down the stairs, so they all see you and are about to attack. And that's where we're going to end session 1. We will pick up next Monday with session 2 as the Grimlocks attack Bart the Basher, while the others are still upstairs, coming down among all of these.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Oh my god. Thank you guys. This was so much fun. You guys are amazing. See you next Monday.
Yay.
See you next Monday.
Wait.
I
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.